Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to use the team builder in college football 25. Now I'm pretty sure you're going to need a computer for this. I don't think you can do this on mobile. If you're interested in downloading any of my teams, just type it right here. You see JoJo Schmo. Don't ask why that's my name. Just don't ask why. You can type that in over on the team builder on college football 25. You can see some of the teams I've made. I've made a couple. I made my high school, the Silver Eagles. I made I think it's Davis Douglas Scott's another high school over in Oregon. I'm working on the Delta Eagles right now. It's I think it's a high school over in Indiana. So if you guys want your high school made, comment down below and I will make them. But I'm gonna be showing you guys how to actually use the team builder today, kind of doing like a little walkthrough through it, because it might be a little bit confusing at first, but it's really not. So when you first get into making your team, it's gonna look a little something like this. You got the brand, you got uniform, stadium, and a program. A program, you can actually change the players, you can change their numbers, you can change their height, their weight, and their stats, and you cannot change their name on here, but you can do it actually in the game when you go into the dynasty, and you can change their gear and all that stuff. So you can technically change all that. It's just I don't understand why you can't do it on the website. So for example, if somebody was to download this team, like they would have all this stuff, but they would still have to like go in there and give them the names and stuff, you know what I mean? But we'll start off with brands, since that's the first thing. So you got your logos, you got your team colors, you got the team apparel. So the first thing you'll do is you'll enter the school info, so the team name, the team nickname, team abbreviation, where they're from, the state, and all that. That's the easy stuff. You guys pretty much know that. Then we get to the logo. So for the logo, EA gives you a bunch of preloaded stuff, but for, you know, if you're making like an actual, like, you know, like an actual team or something like that, like you usually want to get your own assets. So you'll hit my uploads, and you can actually upload a image of your own. Now it has to be under 512 kilobytes. Now I think I don't know if I've went over it, but it's really easy to get. So go to Google, get the image you want. If the image is too big, what you could do is you could go to like some file formatting website. There's a bunch of stuff. Just look up image resizer. Usually like it's the very first thing. And in the resize, just make it 512 by 512. And usually that image should work. So once you get your logo, you'll put it in there. You'll upload it for the logos, and usually I just put the same logo for all the stuff, primary, secondary, and all that. I usually just put it in there. And then for colors, something you can actually do with colors is when you click on this, there's usually an option. I don't have a logo actually uploaded, so let's just load it up. Let's just put one of their random logos in there just because. When you put a logo in there for the team colors, you could obviously manually like try to put it in there with all the presets, but something you actually can do is you can hit right here, select from primary logo. So what it'll do is there'll be these little circles, and you like around the logo, you can pick the team color. So if the main color is red, you do that. If the second color is black, you do that. If the third color is gray, you can do it like that, and it'll punch it in all like that. So that's usually how I do it. That's a pretty easy way. And then apparel brand, you can pick whatever your school is. The Under Armour, Nike, Adidas. And then fonts, I don't think there's only like a few options, but you'll pick whatever school font you are. So brand is kind of the easy part. The next part we're going to get to is the uniform. So it's the jerseys, the helmet. So you can actually make up to 5 jerseys for a created team. You got home, you got away, and then you got 3 alternates you can make now. You don't want to add your alternate yet. You want to make the home and away first. And the reason why is because what you'll be able to do is you can actually copy and paste all the assets that you use from home and away to all the alternates. So you'll be able to make those a lot faster. Now the thing is, you can't, like, so let's say you make home and you're like, okay, I want to copy it to away so I don't have to redo a lot of that stuff. You cannot. You can only do it for the alternates. So don't add your alternates yet until you finish your home and away jerseys. So we click on home jerseys. Once we get in here, the first thing you're going to see is this helmet. You're going to be able to do the helmet, the jersey, pants, the socks, the whole thing. Now, so there's a lot of stuff you can do with the helmet. You got your base color, whatever color your helmet is, you make it that. You can change it to different materials. It's matte, shiny, chrome. You know what I mean? You kind of get that. You got helmet style, different stripes, however you want to make it. You can do all that stuff. The custom layers is actually where you're able to add your logo that you want to put in there. So you can add that in there, and then you can change the size of it and all that stuff with all this stuff right here. You know, however big you want to make it and stuff like that. And that's why I was saying you kind of want to copy these assets, because at least for me, because you know I usually make high school teams, so usually they only have like 1 helmet, maybe sometimes just 2, but usually it's 1 helmet. So you usually want to copy that helmet on there to all the, you know, the uniforms. So I don't kind of want to have to remake the same thing over and over. So however you make this, you'll be able to copy and save it. Now, obviously, you know, for some teams it might not be like that, but it just makes it easier instead of having to make the same helmet over and over and over, and then having to get the precise scaling down over and over again when you got it right the first time. Once you get your helmet how you want it, you got your logo on there. That's, you know, however you want to do that. Then you can go over to numbers, and you can put, if you want to put numbers on the helmet, you can. If you want to take the numbers off, you can also just hit none and have no numbers on there. So you can, you know, do that however you want to do that. And the face mask, you can color that. The chin strap, you can color that. The cup, the whole thing. Reflectiveness, if you want, you can take the front bumper off. You can take the front bumper on. Same thing with the back. And if you want, like I said, you can upload a logo. So for what I was doing is, I was doing some high school helmets. You know, it'll say like a riddle right in the front sometimes. I had an image, like you got to get all these images off Google or however you get them. Upload that, and I had a riddle right across the front logo. So you can change the color of it, all that stuff. If you want to take the back bumper off, you can take that off. You know what I mean? So there's a lot you can do. It's all very easy. A lot of the stuff I get my own images and stuff, just because for the most part, the website doesn't really have much to work with. It's mostly just changing colors and stuff. If you want to get images and stuff, you're gonna have to get pretty much all that stuff on your own. So for the jersey, it's kind of the same thing. You can change the colors on it. You can change, you know, how it looks when it's stitched. It's got designs you could add, cuff designs, collar designs. Nameplate, you could take the nameplate off, you can leave it on. I usually take it off because when I'm doing high school jerseys, most teams, you know, they don't really have that. You can change the font, the coloring, you know, all that stuff pretty much. And then you can also add things onto the jersey, because a lot of people get questions, how do you add the name across the front of the jersey? Because, you know, a lot of teams have that. How I do it, you can't actually type anything in there. How I do it is, you know, I go on Google, for example. My team was called the Silver Eagles, and right across the front it said Silver Eagles. So what I would do is I went on Google, I looked for that jersey, got a clear picture of it where it said Silver Eagles, and I just cut it out, and I just, you know, I basically put it on right there. So you got to do your own little bit editing work for this too. It's not something you could just, you know, kind of, it takes a little bit of time if you want to actually, you know, make it look how it's supposed to look. So, but it'll let you add it on there, and you can move it around and put the stuff wherever you want. You can put it on the chest, you can put stuff on the shoulders, you can put stuff pretty much anywhere. You can put anywhere on the jersey that you want to put it. So, and once you get the jersey how you want it, you can go over to pants. The pants, it's the same thing. You got your coloring. You can change the type of materials, or, you know, whatever kind of pants you want. There's designs. And then just like with the jerseys, you can add custom logos and stuff onto the pants. It works the same way. Whatever assets you need, just go ahead and get them. And the socks, there's not really much to them. You're just pretty much changing the color on those. And then once you have this done, you can save it. I'll save it just for the video. You can save how you got the home jersey done. And then what you could do is, it will actually allow you to copy this over to your alternate jersey, so you don't have to reuse some of the assets. So if we go over to so you click on the plus sign to add more stuff, you see it'll say duplicate home or duplicate away. You hit duplicate home, you make it whatever name you want, and then it'll copy all the assets over. So then, you know, you don't have to change, okay, the helmet placement I put on the logo, helmet placement I put, and stuff like that. Then you can change your colors and do whatever you gotta do with that. So it'll save you a lot of time doing that. Let's go ahead and look at the stuff for the stadium now. So with the stadium, I wish like you could actually create your very own stadium. You can only use all the stadiums that are in the game. So, you know, I don't know. It would have been cool if we could have made the stadium from the ground up, but you pick the stadium one. You know, I do a lot of high school stadiums. So, you know, I'm looking at Buffalo, Ball State. I think it was Georgia something. There's a couple different ones I have that I usually go to, but you pick the stadium you want, then you go to the crowd. And you can really only change the color of the crowd, so that's pretty much all there is to that. For the surface, you can pick if you want natural grass or if you want turf. If you pick turf, what you'll be able to do is you can, can you actually customize the color for normal grass? Okay, I didn't know you could do that. So turf, obviously, you know, it'll have that turf look. Grass will have that natural grass look. And then you can change the color for it. So if you want it to be, you know, like a different color green, or if you want it to be some crazy color, you can just, you know, make it with whatever coloring you want. So logos, you could put the logo midfield, you could put the logos, it'll let you put it in different locations and stuff like that. So, you know, you can put the logo wherever you want to put the logo. The end zones, you can add different designs to the end zone, like colors, and just, you know, I think there's a view all thing. Yeah, there's a couple different ones you can use. So these are like design patterns. Then you can color them as well. And then it does for the individual end zones. You can change them. Like if you want the right end zone to be a certain one, you can. If you want the left end zone to be a certain one, you can do it like that. So there is that stuff. Or you could, if I'm not mistaken, it should allow you to. All right. So if you want to actually add a custom image to the end zone, I found it. You have to go to. It's actually in logos, and you'll go all the way to scroll down to custom layers, and then you'll hit add custom layer, and it'll give you the option choice of do you want to put a left end zone, midfield, right end zone. So you actually can, because I was about to say, I know you definitely can. So that's how you'll do it. And then you'll go over to end zones for, like, you know, if you want designs and different colors and stuff like that. You can change the numbers, font style. You can change the color of them. You could have it if you want to, like, how in the NFL, if you want to, like, how it is in college, and just, you know, you can just mess around with that. However you want your numbers, you know, to look on the field. For the sideline, there's actually designs. You can have, like, stuff around the field, you know, to make it look different. There's different colors and all that stuff. And then the very last thing for the stadium you can do is go to borders. So I'm not completely sure what exactly the borders are. I don't know. I really don't. Like, I'm guessing these are like how the benches look. I honestly haven't really noticed. Like, I've used a couple of the created teams I've made, and I honestly I can't really tell you, because I'm not 100% sure myself, but I would assume it says it's the benches, so I guess it just changes how the benches look, and you can change their coloring. I usually don't really, you know, I've only made them like I usually pick between, I think it was like the first one, and then there was like another one. I think like the first one and the third one was like the only one I've really used, and then when I used it, I just made it like gray silverish, because it said it was the benches, so I was like, that's usually, you know, the high schools that I made, or that's what the benches are. So, and the very last thing you'll go to before you are done making the team is you'll go to program. You can change the offensive playbook that'll basically come with the team, and the defensive playbook as well. And then you can actually change the roster. This will give you different players with different attributes, even though you can actually go in there and you can change all of them. And then, like I said, if you want to change their names, what you'll have to do is you'll have to pick this team, load them up into a dynasty, and then you can change their names from there. That's the only way. You can change their gear and all that stuff, but to change their numbers, you're going to have to do it on the website. I don't know why it's broken up like this. It's really stupid, because let's say you work on this roster and you want someone to download it, but now they still have to go in there and change all the names. It's really stupid, and you can even change their year. Like I said, all their stats, and there's also a bunch of different face scans you can choose from as well. So, you know, there is a lot of depth with that. I just wish, you know, I don't know. It's stupid you can't, you know, change the name on here, because that's a pretty big thing. I'll be honest. That's definitely a pretty big thing. So then when you're done making your team, you'll just hit submit, and then it'll give you like one little preview. You can make sure it's all good. And then when you hit submit, it just like that, it'll be on the game. Usually how I look up the team that I made is I look it up by my gamer tag. That's kind of, or whatever your name is on the EA Team Builder website. I usually just look it up from there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not really that hard. I'm still learning a bunch of stuff from it myself, but this is just kind of the basics of how this thing works. If you guys have any questions about the team builder, you guys can go ahead and comment it down below. I'll answer any questions that you guys have. But if you want me to make any, you know, schools recommended, I typically keep it to high school, because some of the college schools get a little too advanced for me, man. Look, I can do some stuff, but I can't do it all. But I can do high schools. So if you guys want any of your high schools made in the game, comment down below. I'll go ahead and make them and add them into the game. Usually, every school I make, I tend to make like a TikTok or like a little YouTube short of it, you know, when I make them. So if you did enjoy the video, man, drop a like. Until the next time, man, see y'all in the next one.